When I started my YouTube channel, I needed to think of an angle that would get me some traction and set me off from other channels. Autism seemed a logical choice, since the hidden hand of autism behind many things interests me. Also, it seemed to me that autistics were a neglected community. That much is true, but what may be neglect from one view may be self-isolation from another. Autistics are generally not tribal, and their intense interests are as varied as they are narrow. It may indeed be the problem of herding cats, since many autistics do not self-identify as autistics. Of those who self-identify as neurodiverse, this tribal identity may also be fine-tuned as a narrow interest, by which I mean you are bound to run afoul of this definition should you stray too far outside of its boundaries. I know this routine well. I have taught art for 26 years, and I have never expected any of my students to take a personal interest in my art. It's part of the job. Ask any art professor. When you come across those rare individuals who first become fans and then friends and then patrons, it is a relationship that every successful artist desires. 9 times out of 10, that individual is not going to be on the spectrum. If you get that one autistic who syncs up with your interest, then that is a relationship for the history books. Think John Ruskin and William Turner. Autism's contrariness is its genius, and also its undoing, where achievement and recognition are sought. You are trying to build a community where unique individuals with shared interests find each other. That's like trying to hit a bullet with a bullet. The parasocial dimension of social media is a problem for autistics. As a YouTube creator, I do a poor job of promoting others to comment on my content. Moreover, some autistics may be at best drive-by consumers of any interest to which they ascribe. They may like or even love your content, but because empathy is not a natural feature of their personality, giving words of encouragement might strike them as being, well, intrusive. I subscribe to hundreds of YouTube channels because I want to learn something new every day. However, I can list on one hand my favorite YouTube channels that are truly exceptional in their uniqueness and creative breadth. It may again be a bullet trying to hit another bullet, where YouTube's algorithm is simply too indifferent. Doubtless these algorithms are very efficient, and doubtless these algorithms were probably designed by math whiz autistics who are generally indifferent to the arts and humanities. Paradox begets paradox. Autistics make the world more interesting and survivable, whether their contributions are in the sciences, the arts, or the humanities. And yet autistics can do little good for themselves unless someone without autism comes to their aid. I say this because autism, as a cause célèbre, has very few celebrities working on its behalf. The squeaky wheel gets the grease, and very few autistics are squeaky wheels. Wheels they are, well-oiled and turbocharged, but they don't squeak very much. So if attracting autistic subscribers is as difficult as I describe, then what is the point of my channel? If you should ever visit my website, you will immediately have your answer. The game in art is always about branding, and being a social influencer is the only viable path in the current culture. If I should be known as that artist who talks about autism, I will take that, because artist comes before autism in that sentence.